Cops, what are you gonna do when they come for you?
You better respect their authority or it's off to the slammer for you. They're patrolling the streets in many different forms of transportation and are busting criminals who have no concern for the law. They make numerous bizarre encounters each day, and occasionally it can get pretty humorous. From cops going undercover as clowns to police joining in on the party, here are 25 funniest police photos. Number 25. The Go-Kart Squad Car. Cops need as many different ways of catching the bad guys as possible, which may require them to branch outside their traditional squad car every now and then. When the city is cutting budgets for the department, their next best option might be to use go-karts. This cop here looks like he's getting ready for a fun day at the amusement park after his mom drops him off. You better not try to get in a high-speed chase with this guy. Those go-karts can still cause some serious damage to your bumper. Number 24. Perks of the job. Cops know they have a lot of power, and they can be the ones who decide whether or not you go to jail. We're gonna go ahead and assume that this woman here has a slightly better chance of getting out of a ticket this time for her innocent attire. We're sure there's something she could do, right? The cop is definitely gonna have to check those headlights to make sure they're properly maintained. We're betting her ID is not in her back pocket and a full body search might be necessary. All in a day's work. Number 23. Batgirl. Although Batman might certainly be a superhero and fight crime, vigilantism is still illegal and Batwoman is not above the law. While Batman was letting her borrow the Batmobile to go pick up some groceries, she went a little bit above the speed limit and is now discussing with the Gotham City Police that it was just an accident. Number 22. Coco the Clown exposed. Possibly in the most ridiculous episode of Cops ever, an undercover police officer posed as a clown and tried to pick up prostitutes as a part of a sting operation. The craziest thing about this episode is that the women were actually willing to get into the giant van with the clown. Do they have any boundaries at all? You'd still probably rather get into a van with a clown than a cop in any case, but this was a double whammy. We can't think of anything worse than a clown-cop hybrid. Number 21. Young Thugs. Listen, Ossifer, me and my buddies had 2 bottles of milk to wash down some cookies. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. These young thugs have been driving recklessly in their Ferrari and have no excuse for not obeying the laws of the street. The cop smells something in the vehicle, but this time it just appears to be a dirty diaper. Number 20. Jackpot. This guy driving the Dunkin' Donuts car must have absolutely no idea why this cop is pulling him over. The next donut shop was just a little bit too far away, and it appears as though this sheriff must have had a search and seize warrant for this vehicle. Number 19. K-9 Protestor. This little pup has no concern for the law and is showing his distaste with the police department by treating it like a fire hydrant. This pug seems like a real thug. You have to wonder if pugs see police canines and are like, uh-oh, we got 5-0 up in here. This dog is welcome in the hood anytime. Number 18. Human Tug-of-War. On one side, we have angry protesters who are tired of police brutality, and on the other side, we have riot police who look like they're about to rip someone in half. We're not exactly sure what's going on here. Perhaps a man is hiding some contraband in his shoes and the police are trying to rip them off, or are the protesters holding on to an off-duty cop? Number 17. Reunited. This police officer has finally been reunited with a former coworker, and it just feels so good. He just can't help but to give him a sweet embrace and tell him how much he's missed him. This guy will never squeal about all their crazy shenanigans back at the station. But seriously, what's going on here? Number 16. Mall Cop Academy. When going to the mall, you better keep your eyes out for the mall cops on their Segways. The Segways might just look like they're for fun, but they can reach a max speed of 12 miles an hour. Mall cops go through intense, rigorous training to make sure Gothic kids aren't loitering too long at the Orange Julius. Those submachine guns aren't just for show either. You better hope they don't catch you stealing anything from Hot Topic, or it could be lights out for good. Number 15. Freeze. Hey pal, don't even think about running away, because you can't run from a 38, but go ahead and try. His department was facing some cutbacks, so this motorcycle cop is just gonna have to deal with it for a little while. Number 14. Full force twerking. The cops are on patrol and are getting twerked on whether they like it or not. In order to show this British police officer in the UK that she appreciates his service, she gave this guy a free twerking as a part of her duties of a hardworking citizen. Is there any law that says one may not forcefully grind on a police officer while they're on duty? We think not. Number 13. Good luck. When the guy you're trying to arrest is bigger than the police car itself, good luck trying to arrest him. It looks like this cop might need more than just one taser to bring this dude down. The cop better be careful about how he talks to this guy, because he looks like he's about ready to flip over that car any moment now. Number 12. Señorita Policia. Normally, lady police officers in the US can be a little bit husky and masculine, but it could be a whole nother story south of the border. Hola, señorita policía, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué está el problema? If she starts frisking you, she will definitely think she found a weapon in your pockets. We're not exactly sure which country this is in Latin America, but we wouldn't mind the view of the back seat. Absolutely buena. If police officers look like this, no wonder there's so much crime south of the border. All the guys are just dying to get put in handcuffs by her. Number 11. The Beauty Patrol. Ain't nobody running from the police here. Would you mind getting arrested by them? Another place you want to be patrolling for some haughty police officers who are patrolling for bad guys is going to be in Russia. Maybe there'd be just a little bit less tension between citizens and the police if they were looking like this. With those heels on, it's almost like they're working girls working undercover as policewomen. It certainly makes it more difficult for men of Russia to distinguish the two, but it's got to be worth a shot either way. According to some sources, miniskirts have been banned in Russia for police officers, but we imagine they can make just about anything look good. Number 10. Drive-thru police. Normally, people are instructed to use the designated parking lot or the drive-thru in order to get their meal. This cop took drive-thru way too literally and just drove right through this Dunkin' Donuts shop. This cop might think he's above the law and just felt like parking wherever. The craving for chocolate glazed donuts was just too much for this officer. Or was he maybe trying to break into the Dunkin' Donuts and pull a quick heist? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Someone calls the cops? Ha! Number 9. Getting frisky. In case you didn't know, it's standard practice to get a full body search once you've gotten arrested. This photo here shows the cop arriving to the scene of a car crash and giving a thorough search of a milk factory. The cop claims she showed signs of being under the influence of a controlled substance since she couldn't walk in a straight line. They failed to recognize, however, the woman had bruised legs from the crash. Is this clearly misconduct, or was the cop just doing his job? What do you believe? Number 8. Casual pepper spray. Everyone get down on the ground while I casually pepper spray you in the face. You guys really need to go protest somewhere outside my jurisdiction. During a series of peaceful protests at UC Davis, police came in full riot gear and just started pepper spraying people as if they were just casually watering their front lawns. They were asked several times to leave, and when that didn't work, they just got doused with pepper spray. Apparently, that's just how you make hippies grow. This photo was spread all over the internet and got turned into a meme. The policeman was fined, and it raised questions on whether or not our police force is becoming too militarized. Number 7. Busted. Sir, who said you could drive without a license? That's a serious offense. Cops were searching for a stolen blue Mustang, and unfortunately this kid met the description. His parents really gotta look better into VIN numbers before buying cars off Craigslist. He'll have to do some hard time and time out, and we're hoping this isn't a sign of things to come in the future. Number 6. Investigation. By any chance, have you guys seen the supervillain I'm after? Some evil genius who's trying to bring an end to humanity? The cops could really learn a few things from Batman and Superman and Spider-Man. These guys just want to go about their daily lives and not have to be harassed by the popo. Number 5. Celebration time. Having to work as a cop during a festival might be tough, and it might be a little bit tempting to have to join in on the fun. During a racing festival, the booze was clearly flowing way too easily, and a lot of people turned out to be white girl wasted. This was an all-girls event, so imagine these police from the UK were quick to volunteer for the job. This whole thing almost seemed like one giant bachelorette's party. We imagine this girl was either too wasted to walk, or this cop is planning on bringing himself a souvenir to the jailhouse. Number 4. Freeze. Stop or I'll shoot. Unfortunately, alligators don't speak English, so if this cop tells him not to move any closer, it seems like it could result in a bad outcome for the gator. The cop is trying to protect himself by jumping on the trunk of his cruiser and may have to use lethal force once again. Number 3. Tip-off. cops are always trying to be sneaky and catch people with their radar guns when they least suspect it. People do need to watch their speed occasionally, but there's no crime against tipping off a cop who's trying to hide and catch you in the act. A clever sign owner is giving everyone a fair warning that cops have been trying to hide behind his property, so watch out. Number 2. Got him. The cops will have trouble chasing after this guy after he steals all the gas from their cruiser, although we do admit it was a pretty dumb idea to post it on social media. Number 1. Police BMXing.
Officer down. We have an officer down.
A cop was getting a little bit bored and tried to do some new cool things on his bike, but we certainly don't see him taking a career in BMXing anytime soon. These photos show the cop wiping out after trying to go down the stairs, and you'll probably know the route just a little bit better next time.
Any suggestions on future videos? Let us know in the comments section, and maybe we'll feature your video next.